don't turn your heart off because you were hurt. Um, this is something that a lot of us do, right? And it is a coping mechanism. It's a reaction to loss. And that loss could be a part of yourself. You may feel like you lost a person in your life that you've lost. It might be an opportunity you feel like you lost. It might be a progression in your life or a time period that you feel like you lost. And so a lot of the times what we do is we stop caring as a defense mechanism because it hurts too much to care. The problem with that is obviously you stop caring and you stop feeling and you stop loving. And you kind of, when you're in that mindset, you kind of only have the bottom of the barrel experiences and emotions that you're scraping for, and you don't really get to fully experience life and love and the state of love and the feeling of love, which is beyond, just like romantic love, obviously. Loving, your pursuit and your goals and yourself and how you affect other people. A lot of the times, if we're being honest with ourselves, when we feel this way, we're being pretty selfish. We're not really thinking about other people. We're not really thinking about the day-to-day effects we have on other people in our lives. And I think that's kind of the solution, is to remember, what you were pursuing in the first place and got hurt. And also that's not really your fault that happened. And that's part of, stopping being selfish. It's not just thinking of your needs, it's thinking of your faults also, and how when you're being selfish, everything feels like it's your fault. And really, it's not, but it is your responsibility to react to it in a healthier way. And so the more that you try to do that and allow yourself to feel the hurt and feel those things and work from that place and grow, the better your life becomes. Because as much as turning your feelings off and turning your heart off is a good way to protect you from pain, it's also a way to prevent you from feeling love. It just shuts down your emotions, and then you don't get to experience those things. So, and I get it, it's hard. It's hard a lot of times because we go through difficult things, and loss is obviously one of the most difficult things to deal with. But, if you don't allow yourself to feel that, you become very neurotic, very discontent and unable to sit with yourself, and your baseline feels like nothingness. That's kind of a form of depression that happens from that. When you are honest with yourself, and when you let yourself cry if you need to, you let yourself feel everything, and you try to work with what you have and I guess move on in a way. I hate to move on, sounds so harsh, it's like move on, buddy, but it's not like that. It's just like carrying on because it's the only thing you can do, and not forcing things, but just allowing yourself to feel. And you'll find that through feeling that, allowing yourself to feel the bad feelings and sadness, you start to come out on the other side in a more loving place, because you're allowing yourself to express yourself. You're no longer hiding from those feelings and putting up defense mechanisms so you don't feel them. That's not self-love. Being positive all the time is not self-love. It's self-deceit. And loud train going by. But yeah, you have to hear yourself out in a way. In the same way that, when you were hurt by someone or something and you feel a need to explain to them, and articulate yourself, and that kind of has a cathartic feeling. It makes you feel a lot like you got something out of your system. You need to do that with yourself. You need to allow yourself to feel those things and explore that part of yourself. And the more you do that, you feel like you're being kinder to yourself, like you're loving yourself more, and getting to know yourself more, and not shutting yourself up. You know, saying, "Oh, don't think that. I don't want to think that. That hurts too much to think about." It's like, no. You need to think that. You need to feel that. You need to explore those negative emotions, and give yourself the space to fully feel them and process them. And you don't need a solution. You just need to feel them. And you'll notice that your heart starts to kind of come back, starts to turn back on. And I think it's good after those sessions, you know, to always kind of pat yourself on the back and say, like, I love you. I love you, dude, you know, or woman, or whatever you are, but, you know. A baby, a child doesn't feel the need to hold themselves back. And it's part of the problem of getting older is, like, you can't express yourself all the time. You can't be fully feeling those things. And so that sort of becomes our default state. And we never give ourselves the space to actually let go and to actually fully feel those things. We kind of start to be in performance mode at all times. And sometimes you need to perform. Sometimes, you know, you need to go to work and you need to, you know, get things done that you don't really feel like doing. But if you do that for too long and you never let yourself fully express, and you don't try to move towards a life where you can do that as much as possible, it really eats at you, you know, and it really stops you from feeling and experiencing and loving. So, yeah, let yourself feel all that. Let it out. Don't hold it back and perform all the time. And even no matter how hard it hurts, no matter how much you don't want to feel those things, running from them is just making it worse and not allowing you to actually have the space to process them. So I love you all. Have a good day.